Hi guys, and welcome back to Victori's Creations. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you stick around and enjoy the video. Speaking of, today's tutorial is going to be creating a Teacher Appreciation Day sign from a sign bought from Dollar Tree. So if you're ready, let's head over to my crafting table and I'll go over everything that you're going to need to make this craft. For today's project, you're going to need cutting machine. I'm using the Cricut Explore Air 2. Vinyl. I'm using Cricut's premium vinyl textured metallic. Transfer tape. Cricut Light Bright if you need to be able to see the lines better. Brayer tool. Cricut weeding tool. Cricut scraper. Standard grip mat, Mod Podge if you want to sew in the vinyl, paintbrush for putting the Mod Podge on, scissors, sign from Dollar Tree. Now that we have all of our supplies, let's get crafting. Step 1. Getting or creating your design or text. I've already selected a couple of the images that I want to use on the teacher appreciation sign. Chaos coordinator, because as a teacher, I know that sometimes that's what you are, as a chaos coordinator, no matter if you are teaching in pre-K all the way up to the 12th grade. It's just part of the job. It's not necessarily a bad part of the job, because sometimes the chaos is good chaos. Chaos is not always bad. So I thought this would be perfect to go on a teacher appreciation sign. I got the chaos coordinator from Creative Fabrica. I will link the I will post the link or share the link in the description below. Teacher, hashtag teacher life, and the pencil I got from, if you go into images, you can type in what you're looking for. For pencil, I typed in pencil and it was a little ways down. If you have the Cricut access, then these images, here it is, these images are at no cost. If not, the pencil image is 99¢. And then for the teacher life, I just typed in teacher life. I typed in teacher life without a space. And I chose this one. Again, if you do not have the all access pass, then it is 99¢. If you do have the access pass, then it is free. When you find the one you want or find the image you want to click on it, notice that once you click on it, there's a green bar around or a box around it. You'll also notice that it appears down here, and then you add it to Canva. I know mine is a different color, and that's because I kind of, for the purposes of this, I know what color I'm using on my, as far as my design goes. So, and it's all one color, so I don't necessarily have to change the color. If you want to, you can. That is a preference. If you are using more than one color for your different designs, then you can change the color just so you know what it goes to what color. Once you have your design what you want to measure it out. For this sign, I want to create myself a little box, so to speak. I want to flip this. I don't want to flip it, I want to rotate it. When the arrows are straight back and forth, there's no curvature, it's just a straight arrow. That is how you can make it bigger or smaller. When it's got the curve to it, that's when you can turn it. I always look at the degrees. 90 degrees gives me that full half turn, and then I know it's also level. You need to measure it out. My sign is 8 inches wide, so I'm going to come up here to the top. I am not going to unlock it because I don't want the proportions to be off, so I'm going to leave this there. And I am going to change that to 8 inches. I'm actually going to change my proportions now. From the top of the circle to where the rectangle starts is about 1.75 inches. So 1 3/4. Height should be 8. So we have 8 inches wide and 1.25 inches in height. The reason why you put it in opposite is because technically this is the height. Because remember, we turned it, we rotated it over. So technically from this point to this point is the height. From this point to this point is the width. Now we add our square. And you can always align it so that it matches up. The height of our square is 3 1/4, so we're going to unlock it, and here we're going to put 3.25. Remember, we did not rotate this piece, so that's why this piece can be, we can leave it like height and width the way it's supposed to be. If you want to, you can unite them so it's one piece, and then you can change it to white. And this is how big your top sign is. The bottom sign is 2 by 6 3/4. So we're going to add, for the bottom two signs, we will add the square. The height will be 2 and the width will be 6.75. And I know it doesn't look like it's as wide, and that's because it's not. When you look at the sign itself, it is not as wide as the top one. Change that to white, and because there are 2 of them, you just duplicate, and that keeps you from having to create a new one. To fit your sign in, you're just going to move your sign over. Notice it is behind the shape that you created. Go to Arrange, bring to the front. Now your Chaos Coordinator is in front, and now you just resize it until you have the size that you want. Same with your teacher, hashtag teacher sign. You want to bring it to the front. Bring your pencil to the front. And for the center, I know y'all are thinking, you see what you're doing. But for the center, this is where you personalize it. This is where you add your teacher's name. And I am going to add, one of my teacher friends' names because she teaches art. And sometimes it is a little chaotic in there, but good chaotic because it is art. It is creativity. Got her name. Now let's pick a font. And remember, when you're creating the font, when you're looking for the font, you want a font that is going to be thick enough that when it is cut, you're not losing any of your words. And you'll notice when you pull up the font, it gives you suggestions on what to look for. If you click on creative, it's going to give you font that is creative. And you click on one to see if that's what you like. And I actually like that. That's cute. That font is called BFC Ballgame. And if you notice the lines on the E, C, and K, if you don't connect those, that is going to cut. So you're going to have a cut mark there. So all you have to do is pull your mouse across it, click combine, and unite. And now you'll notice that those lines are no longer there, and it'll be a smoother cut. Now we just need to put her name inside of here so we know that it is. I don't want to go straight completely top to bottom, but I do want to make sure it's going to fit inside of that area. Since I did already combine it, it's not going to let you edit it. So we'll just come over to text and put in Miss. Make sure that you are combining and uniting this so it is one cut, and you can make it larger so that you can see. And as you can see, it is the same size. Of course, I kind of want to do hers a little different. I want the miss to be kind of smaller and the back to be a little bit bigger. Now that you have this set, you actually no longer need the backs. You can pull them all out, highlight them, delete them. You can attach so that they are, change the color first. I like everything being the same color because it's all going on the same mat. In this little area here, whatever blocks are here in this spot, that's your different colors. So if you notice that it all looks like it's all black, but you have more than one color black here, that means it is you have two different colors. I want Miss Beck to be together because I want it to cut together. And I want hashtag teacher life with the pencil. I want those to cut together, and that's going to cut together because it is already together. Make sure once you are done with your design that you save it. This way, if something happens during the process of cutting or getting ready to cut, you have it saved. If you have to go back, you do not have to start over from scratch. Step 2, cutting out your design. Now that we have our designs completely done, we're ready for them to cut out. You're going to make sure that you have your correct machine selected. I'm using my Explorer Air 2, so Cricut Explorer Family is what I'm going to select. And then click Make It. On this screen, you can choose to move things around if you want. Sometimes I kind of play around with it to see how it would fit best. I don't ever like putting my words so close up to the top or so close to the sides, just in case I don't get my vinyl on there 100% correctly. Because we are just setting this on top and it's not going underneath to go under glass or being ironed on or anything, you want to make sure that your mirror is turned off. I'm using my 12 by 12 mat, so that is exactly how it should be. And because this is the Explorer 2, I'm using the standard grip mat. Once everything is exactly how you'd like it, click Continue. Your machine will be up here. Now you will set your base material. We are using vinyl because I'm using the textured metallic. That is the one I'm going to select. You know it's selected because of the green check mark, and click Done. I always use the more pressure. Make sure your fine point blade is in clamp B, nothing is in clamp A. And always check your blade to make sure there's no debris on it. Once you have your mat loaded, you'll click on the up and down arrow. It'll pull it in some, and then you will click on the go button. Our image goes down to roughly around the 7. So I'm going to go around 8 inches. And if you will take a look on your back of your vinyl, pretty much all of your Cricut vinyl has these little squares. For every 4 sets of squares, it's 2 going up and down, 2 sideways. That's 1 inch. It's the same as the little squares on here. So you can actually go ahead and cut out before you laying it down your 8 inches. Step 3, weeding out your design. When weeding out this material, it does help to have the Cricut Light Bright. Without it, it's hard to see the lettering. When you turn it on, you can see it pretty well. So to weed out, I always like to start with the inside of the letters and get all of those little pieces removed first, and then I move it out to the big areas. Once you have all the little pieces done, you'll want to go ahead and cut out the bigger areas. These are 3 different images, so we want to cut them into 3 different images. Grab it by the corner. Remember to always go slow so that you don't mess up your actual design. Step 4, apply your design. Now all that's left is applying our design onto our sign. We're going to start with the chaos coordinator. Get your corner piece and peel transfer tape. Put it over top your design. Run your scraper over it. Flip it and run it over the back. Slowly peel it off. Apply your design. Use your scraper. Remember to take your time on this part. Grab your corner and slowly walk it back. Repeat the same process for the next 2. Step 5, seal your design. Normally I would have some newspaper down, but I really don't have any right now. Shake up your Mod Podge really well. I'm going to be extremely careful, so hopefully I don't spill any Mod Podge on my table. I'm going to start with the top portion of the sign. And I'm going to give it just a light coat. Remember, it does dry clear. Make sure when you lay them out that the sign's not laying on top of each other. Otherwise, they will stick together. And let it dry. I hope you enjoyed the craft and that you are inspired to go out and create your own Teacher Appreciation Day sign or anything else that may come to mind that you can create with these cute little signs. I cannot wait to give this to my coworker and friend, and I hope she enjoys it. She displays it in her classroom. I know she's going to get a kick out of it and enjoy the little chaos creator or coordinator. I really hope that you are inspired to create your own signs, and I hope that you will share your images of the different signs and different creations that you create using my tutorials. Remember, I will put down in the description all of the materials that I used for this project and a link to Creative Fabrica so that you can get this Chaos Coordinator SVG file. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the tutorial, to hit that subscribe button and the like button. And as always, don't forget to keep crafting your best life.